Hi everyone, I'm Judy Elliott.
And I'm Jason Hopkins.
And we have a very special show for you today, right?
That is right, definitely.
Because everyone loves to feel like they're, getting healthier or working on their health or taking in the right foods. So
That's
what do you say to that?
Here we are at the new year, but really at any time of the year, you got to ask yourself, Judy, do you ever have the dropsies?
A lack of energy.
You're running on empty.
And you're kind of foggy.
Your giddy up is gone and gone.
Well, you do have a great way to help us get the good nutrition and some tips.
That's all they are. I definitely don't have all the answers. But the beginning of 2025, I decided I was going to make some changes. Just a couple reasons. The pants were getting a little tight, and so I wasn't happy about that. And it wasn't like I had a ton of weight to lose, but you just knew I was feeling tired. Clothes were getting tight, and so I said let's make some changes. So what I did was I made some changes in my diet, and then I started exercising.
Yeah. And I remember when we were doing the show last year, and you said you're going to do all this, and I'm thinking, yeah. To myself, I'm like, yeah, it's going to last like 6 months. Like a lot of people's got great goals, and then it starts fading down. But you stuck with it.
I stuck with it, and again, like a lot of people, you start and then you quit. I've been there, but sometimes you just get motivated, and you start seeing results, and you're like, hey, let's keep doing this. So it's been a great year, and I feel like I've made some good strides.
What's the number one thing you would say by taking your health through the year and trying to really? What do you think the number one thing that people should consider?
Well, yeah, I think you definitely need to consider, and it's easy to say, what you consume. And so for me, I felt like what's the low-hanging fruit, pun intended, for things that I could cut out, and that so like sugary treats, carbonated beverages, just things that you consume that you might want to maybe replace with something else, because I do have a sweet tooth, and that's what we're going to be talking about today in terms of how can I kind of curb that sweet tooth, but still feed my body things that are on the sweet side, but a healthy sweet. So my first and foremost thing was just kind of cutting certain things out, watching that calorie intake. And so I used a lot of free tools from the internet, Googled a lot of things in terms of calorie deficit and what's my body's calorie total and how I can get below that. And so doing all that,
you really educated yourself a lot. I mean, seriously, you did, because you really got into it, and then the more you got into it, the more you really wanted to learn.
That's it.
Man, you learned a lot that.
I have, definitely. So,
what about your, you get up, I know, you say, every morning, or not every morning, but several times in the morning.
That's right. About 4 to 5 days a week. I just get up at 5:30. It's not always easy, but I've been doing it. And so I've been working out, lifting weights, and really the key there is I just buy smaller clothes, and that just makes you look a lot more buff. That works well for me.
Do you really? You buy smaller clothes?
Yeah, that's really the trick. I'm kidding.
I was going to say, I'm going to order some extra smalls.
Right.
See, that works for me.
So really right now I can't breathe. That's really the truth.
Your face is turning red.
I know, turning red. But no, I've made some strides, and it's, I think when we all do our own personal wellness journey, when you've made some progress, and that's what really I think is one of the biggest motivators.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
And so you've got real toned right here. Let's just see your. Well, you're gonna model for us after the show. Not on the last segment of the show, right? We're gonna see those.
We'll see. We want people to stay with us here, Judy. We don't want to scare them away. Please stay tuned, and you don't have to worry about seeing any of that. But
all right.
Anyways.
Well, I'm excited because I can imagine these brownies are going to have black beans and sweet potatoes.
That's right.
Yuck.
That's right. Yes. So the she said yuck. Sweet potatoes or bananas, and we'll talk about the quantity. Really kind of make up the batter, if you will. I'm partial to the sweet potatoes. Bananas are again a good option. And then the secret ingredient in these brownies. These are legal brownies, so it are the black beans. Okay, so for those of you that were kind of worried there for a second, the secret ingredient.
I think they were worried when I said, "Are you foggy?" Maybe that was a little hint.
These are completely legal brownies.
You can make these and feel good about it, right?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
So yeah,
you could pass these out at church.
That's right. That's right. Definitely. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna reset, and then we're gonna. I guess start. You can show us. I'm just going to try to help you, but we're going to take it from there.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, we are now going to be making Jason's favorite brownies. All right, healthy brownies.
Healthy brownies,
okay.
Definitely. So, Judy, you asked earlier, what was kind of my my health journey in terms of the food I was taking in and what have you. But because I was working out so much, protein intake was pretty critical. And they say, when you're working out that you should have, and again, people may disagree with this, but about 1 gram of protein per pound you weigh. To help feed those muscles when you're tearing them down and when you're working out and that sort of thing. So what we're making here is one option where I could curb my sweet tooth, but also get some protein in the process.
Wow, do you know how much it would take for me to have one protein for every pound I have? I'm not going to tell you what it would be. But good grief, that's a lot.
I think that would be like 60 grams of protein for you, Judy.
1 gram per pound? Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just thinking, there's no way I can get one. I almost did it too. So there's no way I can get that much protein in there. I almost said that number. Did you realize that?
It is.
Good grief.
Well, it is difficult.
No way I get 105 grams in a day.
Right. But there's a lot of people that do say that, though. They're like, for how much I weigh, that's a lot of protein. So there are ways to cut corners, and whether it's a protein shake, and again, there are healthier protein shakes than other protein shakes, so you have to do your homework on that. But anyway, what we're going to do today are healthy, tasty protein brownies. Okay.
How much proteins do they have in it?
So, when I pulled this from some arbitrary site online, and they're saying something like 90 grams per brownie. I think that brownie is probably that big. So anyway,
wow.
Each brownie that I cut is probably maybe 10 grams of protein, but it's good, so that's...
Curbs that sweet tooth, that's what I like.
Curbs sweet tooth. And they're actually, again, healthy. You get good fiber with the beans and protein with the beans and fiber with the sweet potatoes, so that's good. So for starters, and in really no particular order, we're just going to put the ingredients in the mixing bowl. Again, that's personal preference. Again, as we said before the break, you can do 2 ripened bananas, or I do it depends on the size of the sweet potato. I would do either 2 sweet potatoes or a sweet potato and a half, depending on the size, but that's just, again, personal preference. So we will put that on. And so testing. Is that on? Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Test. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's pitiful. All right. So we've got, again, our sweet potatoes, and I just bake them in the microwave, and then just carve out the innards.
Okay.
And then your black bean, 1 can of, I think this is 15 ounces. Can? Yeah, okay. 1 can, and drain them, wash them. Get that starch, as much of that starch out there as you can.
Who would ever think brownies would have black beans and sweet potatoes?
I know. It's just, it's a little crazy. But
I bet there's a lot of people watching this and saying, "Yuck, how's that going to be?" Did you think that the first time you made it?
I did, and so, but you start adding some sweetness here. Actually, we're going to do the maple syrup last. Okay. Let's got a teaspoon of baking powder. If you want to get me a teaspoon of that, Judy, that would be great. And while you're doing that,
I can't read these. They're just worn
Oh,
out.
I know that those are well
What's that?
used.
Is
That
that a
is that is
I can't.
that is your teaspoon there. Sorry, that is my
you. Hey, we
good
gotta
old
buy-
set,
we
well
gotta buy
used.
you a
Yeah,
new
right.
set.
And then you have your chocolate protein whey. Any whey will do.
Did you say 2 of these?
One.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of the baking powder,
Okay.
and then you want 2 scoops of your chocolate protein whey.
Now this has got a lot of protein. This is really where you get
Yeah.
a lot of your protein.
Yep.
Like, what's each scoop? How many proteins in each scoop here?
It's actually 2, and there is like
It's probably
24 grams of protein. Yeah.
per scoop.
No, for
Per scoop.
oh yeah, for a scoop.
Yeah. So you're
definitely.
talking about 50.
right there in the batter. Yes. So definitely.
Yeah, 58 proteins right here. Wow.
You know, when I made that, I did it my way. sorry, it's bad. It's so
My
bad.
way.
Yeah. So, anyway. All right, enough with the bad dad jokes. Okay, so we'll mix that in there, and then we've got 2 eggs. So we got that over here.
Okay. I'm gonna trade here.
Switch, okay, and I'll just crack that there, and that there.
So here's what you got, guys.
Yeah.
You don't do your eggs before you put them in there. You just dump them in there.
Just
and
dump
mix them?
them in there,
Okay.
and then we need 2 tablespoons of the chocolate
Smells
cocoa
good.
powder.
Honestly, it does smell good.
Yeah. So we'll mix that in there, and that in there. Okay. And then finally, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. I might throw an extra tablespoon or 2 of the maple syrup in there.
Now, does it hurt to have sugar?
So the maple syrup is really the predominant source of your sugar. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yep.
Okay. But I'm just like, you think of when you think of sugar, you're thinking, oh, I can't have sugar. That's not healthy.
Right, exactly. And this is organic maple syrup. There.
Okay.
So it's obviously there's that refined stuff that a lot of us consume. That's not really
This is better than the
better
refined?
than that.
I
yes.
bet honey would work.
Honey,
as
honey
well.
might be worth something to check out. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So here you go.
Okay, fantastic. So that is a good mix there, Judy. You've
Well,
done
I'm
amazing.
Saying, it's
All
not
right.
pretty.
Now, you really, if you've got a food processor, that's can be your best friend when you're making
Okay.
these. So we have that over here, and we'll just kind of, and actually before I forget, I'm going to grease the pans that we.
You have avocado spray. Do you like avocado spray?
I do like the avocado spray. I just think it's a healthier oil. It works well in high heat. So we'll have our pans ready in just a moment. And so we'll put this. This is probably as far as slack I got.
What do you think? What do you think, Brandon?
Good. All right.
Smells good.
Let's go ahead and
There you go.
put that in here. All right.
Oh, I forgot to give you an apron. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. And there.
Well, I'm anxious to try these, my friend.
Yeah. So now when I normally make this, because I think they're so delicious, I actually make a double batch. So I double all the ingredients. So everything that we've said on the show, you can double if you want to.
But you just did singles, right?
I just
tonight?
did just the single batch.
Okay.
And so we'll just so you just kind of lock it in place there, and here we go. Good. And this a little while. Okay. And Judy, you were talking about New Year's resolutions, that sort of thing. Did you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's okay. You can tell me. Sorry. Okay. We'll just skip you this way.
milk.
Right now, this is where it really
I don't know.
is starting to look more like your typical batter, right? So now the black beans you get pulverized pretty well, but it's you're going to have a few bean pieces in there, but when it bakes, it's gonna look pretty good. So with that, we'll go ahead and put them in our pans.
Now, how often do you make these brownies?
Where's our
Like once a week, or you need a
no? Yeah, maybe one more spoon. Whenever I get the urge.
Yeah.
But maybe once a month, and they do last me for a while. I keep them in the fridge. You can heat them up. It's just personal preference.
Hey, I bet you could freeze them like individual.
Yeah.
That way you wouldn't have to make them.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So I've got 2 baking pans here. You obviously can put, I don't think there's enough in a single batch for like a 13 by 9 pan. So a smaller baking dish might be preferable, but
Okay.
So we'll just put those in here.
And we will provide the ingredients, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
you'll have that.
But anyway, there's more to scrape out of here, but I think everybody gets the idea.
Yeah.
So then once we have that, I'll just set this over here to the
Now
side.
you brought these chocolate chips.
Yeah, so this is the little bit. So the maple syrup is a little bit of the cheat side on these, and then you can do it with or without these. But I just simply will just sprinkle some on top, just however many you want. And then do the same over here. I'll continue to put the rest of that batter in this one, and then you throw this in the oven for 350 degrees.
Okay.
It really depends on how big of a batch you're doing. I would gauge it. The recipe said 15 minutes. I didn't think that was long enough. So you just kind of keep an eye on it. You're probably looking at something between 15 and 30 minutes.
On 350?
On 350.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let's try this out. Let's put this in the oven.
Okay.
And then come back and taste it.
Taste it.
How about
All right.
that?
Fantastic.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Jason, we are ready to almost try this healthy brownie you've
That's
together
right.
here.
And Judy, I forgot to mention that these brownies are also not only are they high in fiber, high in protein, they are also gluten-free.
Oh,
Yes, yes. So I work with a lot of folks, many friends that are on a gluten-free journey, either because of their health or it's just a choice. And so this kind of ticks that box as well.
Yeah, great. Now, Magic of TV, we do have one that's finished, but
Yes.
we have to put the other one on, right?
Yes.
I've got the 2 over there.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let me put these on.
All right.
You said 350, right?
350. Yep.
Okay. Let me get these on. And how long did you say?
Let's do these. Let's put 20 minutes on.
All right, there's one.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
20 minutes. Okay, I'll set the timer.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, let's grab that.
All right. Fantastic.
I'm excited to try it.
That's right. And if you are just joining us, these are the healthy protein brownies. And the secret ingredient or ingredients are sweet potatoes and black beans. And I know if that sounds disgusting, that in a brownie anyway, it works, I promise. It's almost a challenge just for you to try to do this recipe to see how you like it.
Yeah. Well, let's run over real quick what the ingredients are.
Sure.
Is for it.
Yep, sure enough. And we'll have the actual quantities there, but you're talking about maple syrup, baking powder, cocoa powder, chocolate protein whey. Let's see here. You've got black beans, sweet potatoes, and then you top it off with
maple syrup too.
Maple syrup, and then top it off with some, if you want to, semi-sweet morsels, just to give it a little bit more of a chocolate punch, because we all like to be punched by chocolate. I mean, come on, that's right.
How about death by chocolate?
I know, right?
like
Yeah,
that too.
exactly. Yes. Okay.
All right, let's try it.
All right.
I think.
We'll do the honors. There you go.
All right, so you cut just, they're very soft.
Yeah. So again, the sweet potatoes and the black beans kind of give you that good batter consistency, especially after you run it through the food processor.
Right. I'm just cutting these small.
Yeah, of course.
Right now, which would be a typical serving.
Yeah,
probably,
that's right.
Really and truly. Now, if you put some ice cream on top of that, would that be good?
For our next episode, I have not tried it, but I have seen a ton of recipes using cottage cheese as a base. Yes, and those look actually very tasty.
I tried one the other day. It was cottage cheese and what was it? Yogurt, cottage cheese, and egg, and baked it and put blueberries in it.
Oh wow!
It was kind of like a blueberry bake.
Okay.
It was pretty good, but I've noticed a lot of cottage cheese out there this year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we were talking about how do we get that earlier, that 1 pound of protein per pound we weigh. I use cottage cheese a lot. I'll add a few dollops to whatever I'm eating.
Right.
If I'm heating it up or whatever, just put that all in there, and it just kind of gives it a nice little flavor pop and a lot of extra protein.
Right.
So, yeah.
And also, one other thing too, protein is so important, and they're really pushing a lot of protein now in our diets. Even schools and all, they're starting to push a lot of the protein. But if you think about if you can just make you a protein drink and run out the door with it, or you can buy protein drinks,
right?
Not energy drinks. We're talking about protein. There's a lot of difference between an energy drink and a protein drink,
right? No, of course, definitely. And the one thing to be careful of is just look at those ingredients on the label for those protein shakes, because a lot of them do have sugar.
Yeah.
Heavy
well, if you can
sugar.
get one that's low in sugar,
that's right.
Someone told me, it's like a trainer had told me, like if you can find your sugars like in a serving like below 10 is a good kind of a measure, anywhere 5, 6, but don't go over 10.
Right.
And I've kind of always remembered
kind of use that as a rule of thumb.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay, cool. All right.
Do you warm these, or you just?
You can warm them. These are it's really a personal preference. Sometimes I just keep them. You want to keep it in the fridge after you cook. So
smells good.
We'll
let me try it.
Okay.
Those are good. They're really, really good. Now, would this be a dessert or a vegetable? Now think about it. It's got potatoes in it. It's got beans in it. Could it be a vegetable?
I think, by all accounts, it is probably falling in the vegetable category, but it sure does. It really. It takes care of my sweet tooth. So,
well, really and truly, it's very delicious, and I'm really surprised that it's that. Well, I guess the moisture comes from the potato, probably, and the beans.
And the beans, and I think it all just kind of comes together, and again gives you a good consistency, and so.
Well, yeah. I love it. It's great, and it's really very easy to make. I think I can now make this on my own, but what I love about, for me, what I would probably do is make a regular size. I know you double this one, but make a regular or double, and cut it and put it in the freezer, like wrap them individually and put them in the freezer. That way, when you want something sweet,
something to go,
you got it, right?
Definitely.
So, wow.
Yeah.
Well, do you think how many proteins you think again would be in a serving? Just an estimate.
I'd say an estimate, per brownie, especially the ones that we just cut here, is probably going to be on the small side, probably maybe 6, 7, 8 grams of protein.
But that's better than eating a dessert with 0 proteins and all sugar, right?
That's right, definitely. Because again, your sugar with this is your maple syrup and your semi-sweet morsels, and so, but yeah, you can definitely cut this up, make it a grab-and-go type of, healthy snack, and And so you're getting your vegetables,
Yeah.
And your sweet tooth taken care of in one swoop.
Well, I will say, you really made a commitment last year. Congratulations
Thank you.
Wrapping it back up and another show
Starting a new year.
Yeah, and following up on that. I think that's amazing that you stayed so committed to it. Advice you would give anyone?
Don't give up. Again, it's all about, as with everything, it's choices. And so, but I've kind of got some enjoyment about, even when I go to a restaurant, I think restaurants are becoming, even fast food is becoming more conscious of providing healthier options that are tasty. And so I think it's just making a good faith effort in terms of trying to make the best selections, but then also allow yourself to cheat. You have to have some downtime, and you got to just have that time, maybe one time a week or whatever, where you just have the fried food or whatever the case is. But again, it's a journey, and journeys come with missteps and that sort of thing, and so you can't be too hard on yourself. Pick yourself back up and go after it. But you can have fun finding different recipes like this using unorthodox ingredients. Like we said, in cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Is another one. You can do all kinds of things with Greek yogurt. Where in itself is kind of like not appealing to a lot of people, but when you mix it with stuff and make maybe some sort of healthy ice cream or whatever.
You know what I have found, because I've tried to eat more healthy and exercise and all that. But for me, I have found that what works for one doesn't work for the other, doesn't work for the other. You just kind of find yourself and find what works for you and how you can make it happen. But definitely the intake of what you eat is very, very important. But also, hey, don't forget about these.
Right.
Don't forget about these. You got to do some of these to make it all happen too, right?
That's right.
Hey, let me see. Let me do it with two.
Okay. Oh my.
So, what do you normally lift?
Well, I mean, it depends on what I'm lifting. Actually, if I'm doing shoulders, it's not much more than this.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Yeah.
What are your shoulders?
So
what do you do with shoulders?
About 10 pounds, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What exercise do you do?
So I'll start.
Unexpected.
People out there are totally going to be critiquing this, and they're going to be like, "Oh, he's doing it completely wrong."
Just show me one.
But no, I kind of lean forward, and then I kind of come out, and then I.
Oh yeah, I do those.
Yeah. Just kind of get that.
Yep.
And then what I'll do is I'll go up front here like this.
Yeah.
Slow. Get the front of the delts there, and then I'll go up and wait, and then I will do some Arnold's where I go up like that.
Some Arnold's.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, that's it.
I think you got it going there, Jason.
Right.
You got it going. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm finished now.
There you go.
So, really and truly though, when you're doing these, you should do at least what? 10 or 12.
I try to stay in that neighborhood of
3 sets of
10 to 12. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Excellent.
my friend, keep it going.
All right. You too, lady. Definitely. You too.
Seriously, thank you so much for showing us these. And I hope we can
thank you for having me.
have some more healthy choices.
Right.
And appreciate you bringing this to us. All right.
My pleasure.
All right. Until next time, I'm Judy Elliott.
And I'm Jason Hopkins.
And we'll see you again soon.